been interviewed before on the live. We will be meeting up with a first timer, popping more cherries. So head right on over, guys. Let's head right on over to YouTube right now because as you can see, we're already live. Who is it? Reagan Renee Royal Pythons. Come on, Charlie. Slide on over to YouTube so you can find out who it is. I promise you will not be disappointed, guys. So let's go. Get onto YouTube. I'm not teasing nobody. I'm popping cherries. So get on over to YouTube and see whose cherries getting popped. Again, have I disappointed you yet? Not once. So I promise I won't be disappointing you now. See you on YouTube, guys. All right, you too. So you saw me doing the little Instagram promo. Got to remind everybody that we are on YouTube Live. Every Wednesday morning, we do What's in Your Cup. This week, if you missed that episode, we did it with Derek's Reptiles. And boy, did he not disappoint. The man that is literally interviewing every big name you can imagine. And what was awesome is he wanted to interview two people off of our live yesterday, and he got them. So he'll be interviewing both Bryan Gundy and Bryan of Bane of My Exotics. So I'm glad that I was able to help out with that. Go check out Derek's Reptiles. He's crushing it. And don't forget, guys, tomorrow we have the special monthly episode of Freshman and Fabulous. You get to meet some fabulous breeders that are in their freshman year and that are crushing it. And there was no boring, dull moments from people exposing some hustlers in our reptile community with proof if you need it to wop 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 wop. I can't tell you what that's about. You're gonna have to go check it out tomorrow. But right now, talking about controversy, we're gonna be talking the spider gene. Still one of my favorite top three genes. And I was fortunate enough to get someone who's never even done a live before to join me to talk about the awesomeness that we call the spider gene. So, with that said, and no further ado, welcome to Ballin' with Bryan. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Brian, man. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Why don't you introduce yourself and let them know who you are? Because being that this is the first live you've done, you might be a new face for many.
Well, my name's Clinton Kaiser. Um, Basically, been messing around with ball pythons since maybe like I was 18 years old. Got serious about it when I was about 22, as far as like breeding and producing babies and things like that.
That's kind of awesome because you may not know this, but 22 is actually my favorite number.
Yeah.
I was born on July 22nd. My daughter was born on February 2nd, and my son just missed October
Oh, hey,
12th.
Randy. Sorry, man.
No problem, no problem. Trust me, he's gonna be disruptive. He never behaves on these lives. Never. Okay. He joins us all the time and he never behaves. Okay. So I'm glad you guys are all joining us on this Thursday. If it's a thirsty Thursday for you, go ahead and grab a drink. But we are going to enjoy this. I think that although I'm popping his cherry, it's fair to say Clinton's hornier than I am. What's going on up on? What's going up there? What's going on up there?
Those are silicone implants, man. I've had those for probably like 6 or 7 years now.
Nice. And do you do them? Do you do piercing and implants, or that's just what the work you've gotten done?
All right, so course work I've gotten done. Some of it's done by myself, and then some of it's done by my wife, and then a collection of some other people. But other than that, I was a body piercer for about 11 years, about to hit my 12-year mark before I decided to actually step away from it and just breed ball pythons full time. And that's all I do now.
So you've been able to make that transition to become a full-time breeder.
Yeah,
That is awesome. Hats off to you, my man, because
thank you.
that is what many, many people aspire to do. So, how long have you been breeding full time?
I mean, it's full time breeding since about March 24th. It was my 34th birthday. Yeah.
So, this is your first year?
Oh, full time breeding, yeah.
All right. And how's it going so far?
Pretty good, you know. I mean, it's a little different, like, relying on selling snakes to pay bills, you know what I mean? But it's actually a lot of fun, And not only that, but you have a lot more opportunities to do things like that you didn't do before when you're, your own boss, pretty much.
You're your own boss. You're doing something you enjoy. You know, the passion for the pythons gets you going. It keeps you going. So, are you able to pay your bills yet?
Yeah, paying bills, definitely, man. Got a house, 2 kids, and car payment, all that good stuff, my man.
So, these balls are doing you good, man.
They're doing me pretty good, for
So
sure.
that's great to hear. Why don't you let the people know that you got? Is it still on? Is your promotion still going right now?
It is actually. It'll be going until the first.
Why don't you
So
let them know about it?
basically, what we got going on is anybody who decides to purchase any animals, I'm basically going to cover half of your shipping up until the first. Also, anybody who decides that they want to do like a local pickup or anything like that, we'll definitely look out for anybody who does want to do a local pickup on price as well, because there's no need for shipping costs. But I wanted to do something for everybody equally.
All right. So since they wouldn't be getting a discount, that sounds awesome. That you're willing to at least give them some form of the discount if they do a pickup. So what is it that you're working with over here? Pope is saying that Randy's saying that you're working with some fire lace. Now I don't know if he means the fire gene and lace or that your lace is just fuego. But what are some of the things that you're working on right now before we get into the spider ball python?
Well, I mean, right now, as far as like lace and things like that go, I mean, I do have a clutch that's pretty much gonna be due to be laid really soon to a black pewter that het hypo, and the male was a lace that's double het for caramel glow. So just hoping to get some more like hypo combos out of that, and honestly, I kind of want to see what happens in the black pastel department with the hypo and the lace combo. I haven't really seen any like hypo lace stuff a lot, so I want to start producing those a lot more. And then also too with like the caramel albino, I want to see what I can do with that. But also too, just want to make sure that caramel albinos are starting to, still staying very, very nice when I'm hatching them out, if that makes any sense.
Definitely makes sense. Definitely what I think are a few underrated genes that will make that resurgence and come back up. Hypo's already showing that it's doing that. Lace has a little buzz going on. I think that the caramel, now that's another debate. Is it caramel or caramel? Okay.
Depends on how you want to say it, right?
Exactly, right?
Exactly.
Tomato, tomato. But I'm gonna say caramel. Don't make fun of me.
Yeah, it's all
So,
good, man.
so I have a nice hypo het caramel albino that I'm growing out, and I look forward to pairing her to a Mojave. Now, matter of fact, that we're talking about it, a Mojave caramel albino spider, and I was told, and I haven't done any pairings with caramel albino, but that it was better to not do visuals. What's your take on that?
A lot of people say like visual to visual might be like a little bit risky. I think as long as like the generations are separated enough, I think you might be okay. That's my standpoint on it. Um, I did
Have you had any success breeding caramel albino yet?
not yet, man. This is my first year kind of dabbling into it.
Okay.
And right now I'm just kind of building hets right now. So like more double hets. Um, I do have like a couple triple het things. Um, I'd probably say yeah, a couple triple het things and stuff like that too.
All right, awesome. So I came to hear about you through someone I consider dear to me in this reptile community. He's my same brain. We say we're like same brain twins because he's such an eccentric and always has this funky stuff going on. Mr. Sean of Lever Genetics. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, that's my good friend Sean.
So he speaks very highly of you and actually considers you a mentor. How long have you been mentoring Sean?
Oh man.
And does this go outside of the Python world into the piercing world? Because I know that he had some time doing piercings as well.
Oh, his piercing career is something that like happened way before that we knew each other. I met him through like Instagram, and we had kind of like chatted back and forth a little bit, and finally like one day met up, traded some snakes, and honestly, ever since then, kind of just like hit it off, man. And yeah, I mean, he helps me out, I help him out, you know, and it's a beautiful thing.
That's awesome. Yeah, he's really a good guy, and it's great when you find those people that you can vibe with and you kind of have the same energy, and it's just a reciprocal relationship. So I'm glad because he's definitely good people, and I'm too far to be able to stop by and see him, but it is gonna happen. We determined it is gonna happen.
Oh,
Um,
let me know if you come down this way, man.
well, you're not too close to him. He told me. He said it's a nice little drive.
Yeah, it's almost about 2 hours, man.
Yeah, it's a nice little drive. So, but yeah, if I'm down there, I'm obviously going to make rounds, and it would be cool if I could get to connect with as many as possible. So, Mr. Wellborn, Morphed Ambitions, I agree. It's definitely overlooked. It's a beautiful gene, and it does some great things with certain combos, including the spider. So, why don't we talk a little bit about the spider gene? This big,
All right.
huge, controversial gene that somehow is still in my top three favorite genes with this controversy and all. What's your take on that?
I mean, I love the spider gene personally. Not ashamed to admit, like one of the things that drew me to it was like seeing a bumblebee combo. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people will tell you that too. Like they see the pastel and spider line up, and it just kind of pulls you in. I mean, that's kind of what happened to me too. Is like I saw that bumblebee combo, and I had to make it. And I did too. I did. Um, regardless of like a little bit of like naysaying and like a little bit of like issues with like neurological stuff here and there, not all of them are the same, you know. And I see a lot of them that are perfectly fine, you
I
know.
think I think it's safe to say that we see the majority of them are perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, I pulled a clutch today of 8 eggs that were perfect from a spinner. I mean, no issues there, and she doesn't really have like any type of like neurological tics or anything like that.
So Randy's talking about the Orange Dream and Spider. So Randy, go check out Soul's Balls. I sold him an Orange Dream Spider Mojave, and you tell me I would like one person, anyone, to tell me it's not an absolutely stunning combination. Okay, I want you guys to go check out Soul's Balls page and look for that Orange Dream Spider Mojave, and you will see it was absolutely stunning. I want to shout out Iron Dog. Iron Dog, I have to get back to you. I apologize. I was supposed to hit you back yesterday. As mentioned, I'd like everyone to keep him in his thoughts and prayers and send him some good vibes. Be on the lookout for different fundraisers that are going on. Yesterday turned out to be a little bit of a tragic day for me, and I do want to say thank you to John from Mad River. Um, I've been having hell with FedEx since I've relocated. My last, whew, my last, and I don't want to get emotional, but I get emotional about these things. So I don't care. I'm a man. Fight me. I'll fight you. I don't care. But my last, every single shipment I've done from here has been dreadful. It started with a ball python I shipped to Inflicted Exotics in Arkansas that took 6 days to arrive. Okay, 6 days. The next one was 2 days. The next one after that was 2 or 3 days. Um, so on Tuesday, and after I had that dreadful experience with Jack from Inflicted Exotics, I said I would never ship again on a Thursday because that was part of it. It ended up no deliveries on the weekend, and that extended the time. But now I only ship on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Now I shipped this out on a Tuesday. I got to FedEx on my end. It closes at 5:20. I usually get there about 5:10. So I have the animal has the least amount of time in the actual package. It was packaged correctly. It was perfectly healthy, and so happy. On Wednesday, I tracked them. I sent one to Mad River in Ohio, and I sent one to. He's on here as well. Um, Eugene, Mr. Eugene of Eugene Lewis of Morphed Ambitions in North Carolina, and so happy to see finally they did what they say they're gonna do, and they did what they charged me to do, and to deliver it next day. So John of Mad River contacts me immediately. He's at FedEx, and the animal is dead on arrival. He sends me a photo, and my stomach just turns into a knot because you just see this lifeless, beautiful animal. He picked it up in less than 24 hours. Our weather was perfect on my side and on his side. There was no reason for this animal to die. The animal was in perfect, perfect health. I contact Eugene. I'm begging him to get back at me. I need him to check the animal. He checks the animal. She's alive. He gets home, and when he takes her out the box, she looks lifeless. She's still alive, but she's limp. Picks her up, and we're on a video together, a video chat. He picks her up, and she just folds over, like hanging on to a thread. So please, guys, send. We can't do anything about the one that passed away. Um, I really appreciate John for being so encouraging. First of all, compassionate, um, reminding me that this is the ugly side, and these things do happen. But at the same time, something has to be done about this. This animal, the way they looked, is as if they left them in a vehicle for too long. And I don't think people realize this, but it's how they say you can't leave it. You could break a person's window if they leave a child or a dog in the car with the window closed. It takes about 20 minutes to 30 minutes to kill a reptile if you leave it in the vehicle. The temps exceed 100 degrees. Okay. So we were fortunate that one of them survived, and hopefully she'll pull through and she'll make it through. But this is just something that it was bound to happen with all of the mishaps. Right now, when I speak to FedEx, they tell me there's nothing that you can do to prevent it. So it's really sad that no one is being held accountable for these actions, and they, no pun intended, but they got us by the balls.
Right.
Okay, they have us by the balls, and he was beautiful. He was a beautiful banana calico killer bee. As we're talking about the spider gene, he showed no display of a wobble. He ate great. He just shed. So this is really, really, really sad. I think there may be some truth to this, that they're trucking them more. I do hub to hub, but in my situation, it goes from my hub and it gets driven over to Vermont to be shipped. So for everyone that says only hub to hub, this was hub to hub. And
Damn.
I drive it to a hub, but that hub trucks it over to Vermont, and who knows if they're driving it anywhere else and what's going on for that. And the sad reality is, at this time, FedEx does have a monopoly. And when I called to file a claim, I couldn't understand the person. I don't know what country they're outsourcing um, their customer service, and he said, "Well, you can't ship live animals." I had to tell him FedEx's policy. Okay, so I had to explain to him that I followed every rule, and I did it as per FedEx guidelines. So just be careful, guys, and for those of you that have had the tragedy, I'm sorry to hear that. I will be contacting every board member of FedEx. I will be writing a letter, making phone calls, sending emails to every single board member from FedEx until I get a conversation. And like I said, I know they have a tough job. I know it's extremely difficult to do what they do, but they're not doing us a favor. For all of you that say we don't want to lose FedEx, well, how many animals have to die before you realize something has to be done? So
Right.
please, it's bigger than just the reptile community. Every one of us works somewhere. Every one of us have a network. With the click of a button, each one of us is at minimum a network of 600 people with social media. So don't think there's no power in your voice. I'm not bashing FedEx. I appreciate what FedEx does for us, but the reality is they are a business and they charge us for this service, and they charge us extra for this service. So I want to avoid as many of these tragedies as possible, because trust me, it's tragic. There's no such thing as it's just a reptile. When it happens to you, you feel it. And I've
Yeah.
yet to even tell my 9-year-old son what happened, because he gets emotional over an egg that doesn't make it. So please, all right, guys, let's find a way. Let's get our voices heard. So I apologize. I got off track there, guys. It was just difficult. Um, John, again, I appreciate you. You really, really um, helped me maintain a little bit of sanity. So I definitely appreciate that. But because we're talking about this, guys, let's talk about this spider, Gene. Let's talk about the beauty that we have in the spider, and the stigma, and everything else that is concerned. Rebecca, I can't see the shipping cost going up exponentially, because every one of my shipments that don't go and get delivered next day are entitled to a full refund. There's insurance on the animal. So it would behoove them to actually get the service done correctly, because they're losing money when it doesn't. Okay. So
True.
I think that we have to remember that that's just a fact. And it's not just animals. Every one of us have jobs we work at with networks, and others that maybe they don't ship animals, they don't ship reptiles, but they'll take their shipping services elsewhere. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, this is not to bash, this is not to protest. This is for us to figure out a resolution. It's one thing for it to happen one time, two times. It's happened to me over a half a dozen times in the last few months. Okay, and now this is the pinnacle of final straw, and something that I don't want any of you to ever have to experience. So, Clinton, let's bring it back, brother. Let's bring it back, man. All right. You got some spiders you want to show us, and let's talk about them, and talk about this crazy wobble, this
Yeah.
through, this craziness that's going on.
I'll bring some out for you to take a look at, man.
All right, let's see some. Let's see some spiders because I agree with you, Felix. Spiders are awesome, guys. And just for the record, we're going to discuss it more. The wobble is a neurological condition that is not specific only to the spider. Okay? There's actually an entire complex called either the spider complex or the neural complex, and we'll discuss that a little bit further. But let's see what Clinton got for us.
It's just a big old bumblebee, or an inchy bee, actually.
Enchi, that is a stinger bee.
Yeah, stinger bee. Seems to move pretty good, man. I don't really see too much out of this guy.
Well, also looks like it's eating well.
Definitely. I mean, it's about the size of what a female should be, and that's a boy.
Gosh, that thing is sick. So he's about what right now? How many grams do you think he's resting at?
I'm definitely gonna say somewhere around like, let's say 2,000 grams or 1,800. We'll say 1,800.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1,800. That he looks like he's around that 1,800 mark. So he's big for nothing, man. He's big for nothing. That's what I call them when they're that big, the males. You're big for nothing. You can't make me any eggs.
Pretty
So
much.
what's the diet on that?
Oh man. When he's not doing like the hunger strike thing, usually it's like a small rat, like once a week is what I offer him, and then he'll, occasionally he'll go off, but it's not for very long. Just while he's breeding, he'll probably go off for maybe like 6 weeks or something like that, and he's right back on food.
So when he does go off food, are there any other attributes to that? Is he maybe kind of like horny since we're on the horns for the night?
Typically, yeah. I mean, usually when a male goes off of food, I'll literally like pair him with a female just to see if he'll pop back on, and usually they do. Usually they do.
Okay, and when he is feeding, do you see any evidence of his wobble or anything?
Not on this guy. No issues at all. And honestly, like, I do have one that gets a little bit excited. You know what I mean? When you offer it food,
Uh-huh.
and maybe takes like one or two tries, and then it's usually good after that.
But still gets the food and still eats without issue.
And that's the female that laid the clutch of 8 eggs today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congrats. Mad River, I think it's safe to say that Bumblebee got a lot of people into ball pythons because after seeing the wild type classic for so long, to see that beautiful, stunning animal and for it to be so bright and the head stamp and the pattern, I think, those high whites, I think Bumblebee got a lot of us or a lot of people into it. So what do you got for us now?
So let's see if I can get the lights right. It's supposed to be a cinnamon mahogany spider, or a possible mahogany cinnamon spider. There you go.
Look at that. Now this is a female?
This is a little male.
Oh, okay. Now and that's this the one that shows the wobble when it gets excited?
This one doesn't have any wobble at all.
So that's another one that's not displaying it. And the food response is no problem. Everything's smooth with the food response.
Everything's really good with this one. And of course, just like any male during breeding season, he doesn't really want to eat too much, but he just recently went back on to food.
All right, awesome. Yeah. So just for the record, guys, as you can see, I mean, one of the things that are consistent amongst the spider gene, they're just all beautiful. Okay, whether you have yourself a single gene spider or a bumblebee pastel spider or whatever bee combo you might have, and I agree with John 100%. I'll always love my bees. They're just consistently beautiful, and what they do in the combinations is just absolutely amazing. Okay, absolutely amazing. Iron Dog, you see, we need to figure out more stuff about that because I mean, unless we're gonna throw them on trains and they'll take days, or maybe we'll figure that out. But yeah, we need to hear more about stuff like that. Thank you, Jack. And I was talking about the fact that your baby made it after 6 days of turmoil, and that was amazing. So if they're that resilient, it really leads me to believe. And as limp as this one was, um, I think that's the I think that's the answer. Steve, if you want to see the white girl, I'll bring her out. I posted a picture of her on Instagram the other day. She's looking lovely as ever, but I'll bring her out and show them in a little bit. So, what do you got there now, Clinton?
Big old sugar spider.
Oh, nice. That's just like a beautiful, beautiful combination. Now, sugar, calico, we're not going to even debate that today.
Nah, no need to right now. She gets a little bit funny, but
Wow.
not too bad.
Can you show that pattern again? That is absolutely beautiful. If you can show her by her neck. Wow, that is so nice.
And that's the one that gave me the 7 eggs to a blackhead mochi red gene male.
So ironically, blackhead falls in that neural complex, right? Yet most people believe that blackhead kind of counter the so-called effect or the wobble effect when you put the blackhead in with it. So you have the spider, you have the blackhead, you have the champagne, and the hidden gene woma that are all part of either some people call it the spider complex, some people call it the neural complex, where those seem to display the wobble or the corkscrew. But as you mentioned, the majority of the spiders don't show any issues. And in my experience, they're pretty much my most aggressive eaters. Now I do have one or two that they take two attempts, 2 or 3 attempts of.
Yeah.
I have a stinger bee that I rescued a while back, and he's he likes to go 2 times first before he actually hits the target, but he always hits the target. All right, let's bring you back, Clinton. And what do we have here?
And that's just the a spinner. That's the spinner that I was talking about. And she was the one that laid eggs earlier today. But no real wobble issues with her either. But yeah, overall she's really, really solid, man.
She is, and she looks like she eats well.
That's pretty much it for my spider stuff, besides like a spinner that I have that's het for Desert Ghost.
I'm gonna show you. Hold on one second. Let me get back on here with you. There we go. So this little banana,
That one's gorgeous.
where are you? Don't be shy. It's a female banana, as we know. The banana gene is a male sex dominant. Excuse my dirty hands. I rushed here from work. And she eats absolutely great. Doesn't really display any type of, maybe you could touch her head. Okay, you don't see any craziness there. Yes, this is Butthead, Steve. The infamous Butthead. Steve produced this beautiful girl, and he named her Butthead because, as you can see, she kind of has a butthead. So I agree with you, Lynette, and we were talking about this. There's really been there's nothing there um, to say, and even some of the animals that have the wobble, and I wouldn't breed them with a wobble, but or severe wobble corkscrew, I wouldn't breed it just with the opportunity that it may pass on. But there's no evidence that it's going to pass on, and I'm not going to mention who, but I was speaking to someone the other day, and they showed me their animal, beautiful animal that had a corkscrew. So I think, and there's no spider in the pairing at all, nor any of the neuro complex genes. A lot of times it has to do with incubation, um, and we don't know. I mean, there's just so much we still have to learn. I just hate the fact that spiders get this stigma when there's so many animals out there. You and I were just talking about the caramel albino, right?
Yeah,
Which are prone to kink, you know.
that was definitely like the old standard. You used to see a lot of kinking and stuff like that. And I think honestly, like it kind of goes back to where like bloodlines, I think, just kind of get tied in too closely sometimes. You know what I mean? Even with like the spiders, like you gotta think back, like the original spider was just one animal, so all the other spiders were cousins to that one animal. So you gotta think all that bloodline has to trickle down to kind of filter itself out, if that makes any sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, it's very common. I mean, how often do we hold back two animals with the intent of breeding them that came from the same clutch? Yes, you're absolutely right, Jack. Champagne is part of the neural complex. Um, not Champlain, Champagne, Blackhead, Spider, Hidden Gene, Woma are all part of that complex. So they all have a disposition to wobble. Sometimes many people consider them to have a wobble, even if you don't see it. But the whole point of us talking about spider guys was to remind you they're absolutely stunning. They're absolutely beautiful. I have a bunch of them I can show you. Um, I don't want to harp on it. I just want you to open your minds, okay? Because if we're going to stigmatize the spider, like I mentioned, you have three others that are in the same exact complex. Um, and then if we go down the list, okay, you have super cinnamon that has issues. You have the caramel albino. You have the enchi. The enchi, many people don't realize has issues. Ivory. I mean, the list goes on and on. Okay, so let's not stigmatize the spider gene all because someone did a video with an animal that had an extreme corkscrew and pretty much made it seem as if every spider has that or will have it. Okay. But what else you got? What else you want to show us?
Do you want to take a look at like a couple lace things?
Let's look that. I think that's where you're going. I think lace is kind of like gonna be your thing.
between lace and like honestly, like my other back project is probably definitely gonna be paint project, Sentinel, stuff like that for sure.
Paint and Sentinel being the same thing.
Yep.
Have you seen the live that we did with Dr. Hannah of the Ball Python Genetics Project?
I did, man. That was actually like super super exciting. I know it's going to take a while because basically what they're doing is they're trying to isolate each gene that they're seeing happening like consistently. So it's going to take a while for them to put all that data together. But like once they do, it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. And I think that it's going to just help us with all of the same genes with different names out there. And also, I think one of the things that was great is being able to identify maybe what's causing the wobble in the spider. So that's some of the things that Dr. Hannah said that they were looking at. And yes, Sergio, a sable spider guarantees you, okay, if you cross a sable and a spider, you're pretty much guaranteed an extreme wobble. Not a wobble, corkscrew. So there are certain combinations that are not encouraged and that you should stay away. And like I said, there are just so many things we're still learning about, guys. It's going to take trial and error, but at the same time, let's not stigmatize the spider. Don't do it. It's such an undervalued gene, and it doesn't get its due, nor are we paying what we should be paying for that beautiful animal and the beautiful combos it makes. What do you got there?
Supposed to be a hypo lace, and it's 50% het for caramel glow, or for caramel albino rather.
Okay. What is the lace doing there?
To me, honestly, it just kind of like amplifies everything, kind of makes it more, I don't know, turns up the contrast almost on it. Like the blacks are blacker, and then everything else gets turned up brighter. Um, if anything that I've noticed with it is it's kind of like has the effect, especially with hypo, where it's kind of knocking on the door of Desert Ghost. They do some similar things, and they also seem to kind of brighten up as they get older, for sure.
Okay, now what about the super lace?
So white lace stuff, I mean, like it just kind of makes the belly more dramatic, where you see a lot more of like the popcorning or the white, like highlighting up the belly itself.
Now I know you want to get some paint in there. What are some other combos that you want to start seeing lace get into that you haven't really seen out there?
Um, let's see. I'm actually gonna try and do lace pieds, so that's gonna be kind of interesting. Like I'm looking forward to seeing what that does. Um, and then also with laces as well, I'm gonna start working in a genetic stripe, which I've actually made some triple hets for that.
Nice. What other gene?
It would be they are het for hypo or possible het for hypo, and they're also possible het for caramel albino as well. But they're 100% het genetic stripe, and I hatched out 7 of those.
Nice. That's very nice. I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. I'm pretty much a fan of all those genes. Triple het. It's not a bad thing to have in your repertoire.
This is a caramel glow lace. Let's see if I can get it in the light a little bit better.
So caramel glow, guys. In case you don't know, you want to explain some of the caramel glow is?
It's a caramel albino and hypo together, 2 recessives.
Visual.
Yeah.
And that one has lace as well.
This one does, yes. And this is a female.
Okay, so this thing right now looks like it's in blue. That's not in blue. That's what it looks like.
This is what it looks like. This is a shed maybe 2 weeks ago.
So that's what you mean by that the lace kind of like highlights everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, I mean, because caramel glow is a beautiful animal. It's a beautiful animal, but This thing right here just looks so like purpley. Like it looks like it's in blue. That is nice.
I'll bring out a caramel albino lace. It might be in shed, but I'm gonna bring it out anyway.
So guys, caramel albino lace. Some of the things to look forward to in the future. Some more lace projects, but that caramel glow lace was absolutely stunning, and you saw how big it was. So it's definitely retaining color. Wow, that almost looks ultra mellish as far as the color is concerned.
Yep, this is like forgot. He's probably like more like a 3 or a 4 year old caramel albino lace male.
Okay, but that's another male. Your males, what are you giving them? Steroids?
Just a steady schedule, man, and lots of water.
Okay, because these males are big. I told you I really get annoyed at my big males. Like, why are you so big?
Man, I've got like two males that are tanks, like you would swear they were females, but
Well, that's another topic for conversation another day. Is how certain genetics, some seem larger than others, and I'm not talking Volta. I'm just talking about actual genes. Like they come out longer and bigger, while others may stay smaller, or it could just be that specific animal. Serge, we're waiting for you, Serge, to get on this show and show us what you got going on over there. Some of that rainbow stuff, whatever lace projects you have cooking.
all right. I'll show off this little guy. This is probably one of my personal favorites so far that I've made this year. And all this is just a yellow belly lace, and it's also het for paint.
Okay, so I first of all I like the fact that you say head paint. It's still not clear to people, but I'm gonna say it right now. Paint is a recessive gene. Okay, just so you're clear, it is a recessive gene. A visual is a paint. Okay, it's not a super paint. It is a paint. So I'm putting an end to that debate. If you don't agree with me, well, you're wrong. Yo-Yo, okay, I can show Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo is absolutely beautiful. Give me a second, I'll get you Yo-Yo, Lindsay. Only because it's you. All right, show that off because do me a favor, show some of the pattern and the wonkiness on the bottom of that while I go and get Yo-Yo because that thing is absolutely beautiful. All right, I'm bringing this out for Lindsay, and this is Yo-Yo. We're still debating what Yo-Yo is, whether Yo-Yo is banana calico fire yellow belly or just banana calico. I'm going with banana calico fire yellow belly. Now, Steve just produced another one that looks similar, so we'll wait until it sheds. And I believe that one, look at the lovely heart. Isn't Yo-Yo lovely?
It's cool.
Okay, but this, let me just give him a little screen time here. I absolutely love him. Had no plans for this guy. This guy was simply taken because he is eye candy. Now, I'm not sure if I'm getting his colors on here. Steve, I'm still going with banana calico, yellow belly fire, and I keep telling you, I saw one without the fire, and it doesn't hold a candle next to Yo-Yo. We're not seeing Yo-Yos. I don't think you can see Yo-Yo's deep grays on here, guys. This lighting is doing him no Justice. I believe because of the fire, Steve believes it shouldn't have freckles, but I've seen other banana fire combos that also have freckles, even though it's not common and the fire kind of cleans it out. But as he gets older, he gets riper. So, guys, this is, yes, he is, Lindsay. I agree. Way prettier in person. I am not getting it with this lighting. This, if you go and look, you can look up the hashtag Yo-Yo. What's Yo-Yo's name? What the heck is Yo-Yo's name? Yo-Yo Hamaguchi, something like that. Just look it up on my page and you will see how beautiful he is. All right, let me get you back. He's getting big. He's ready. He's ready to make babies. But like I said, I didn't even get him with the intent. I got him solely because he is absolutely beautiful eye candy. And I don't even like to look at males like that, but I could not resist this gorgeous thing. So what do you got there? I'm giving you back the solo screen.
It's a black pewter lace that should be 65% het hypo and 50% het for caramel albino.
That is beautiful. Yes, I am a sucker for the spots. Some people like spots. Some people don't like spots. I love spots. I love it. They're like ripening out. I love the wonky pattern. So yeah, I have to get lace in my collection. You made me a believer.
It does some amazing things, man. And it's only gonna get better as we start to figure out more and more combos to do with it, man.
I like the wonky pattern, and I like what it's doing to the pattern by the belly side, the underbelly there. It's really doing something nice. And Yo-Yo is like choking me. Let's just wait to see if it poops on me on live. That would be really cool, wouldn't it?
Oh man.
If you haven't been pooped on, you haven't lived life.
That's true, man. I had one do that earlier to me today, for sure.
Exactly. It's funny because Sean, did you see his popping video?
Yeah, I did.
And I'm like, dude, it didn't even pee or poop on you, man.
Do you want to see anything blackhead wise?
Man, I freaking love blackhead.
All right, man.
Anything blackhead, I love.
Give me 1 second, man.
Let's come on. We got a little bit of time. Bring on some of that blackhead. I'm waiting for H&M to give me some blackhead. He has me on his waiting list, and actually, Ball in Hand also has something coming my way. Yeah, he got some big. I don't know what he's feeding him. I'm telling you.
It's because we're by the power lines, my dude.
That's what it is. Because those things, like, I don't know. You got some big fat snake. They don't look fat though. They just look big. So what do we got here? Blackhead what? Blackhead yellow belly?
Blackhead, mochi, red jeans, something other.
So
yeah,
what we got
man.
there is a mortgage.
Exactly. This is exactly what that is.
You got a mortgage there. So as much as I love Yo-Yo and all these light colored snakes I have, I am one that favors the dark side.
So I got 2 more to show you, man.
So Patrick's saying that your snakes aren't that big, you just have little hands.
I do have small hands.
You know, you people shouldn't be making fun of people with little hands and short arms. All right, I'm just saying that for the record because you don't know if they have other big body parts. All right, how do you like that? Ask their wives or significant others. All right, how you like that? I agree with you. Definitely need some lace. Definitely agree with you on that one. Lace, and you know what? I don't know. My thing is, I want a super black head. I had one. I want another super black head, and I think I would want to get myself a super lace, which is cold white lace, and get that in the repertoire there.
White lace is definitely worth it, my dude. So Blackhead Mojave Calico, possible red gene.
So you're working with the red gene also. Blackhead Mojave is a beautiful combination. Actually, Mojave, I think is I have to give it a top three designation because I mean Mojave just does so many amazing things with different combos. So when you're saying just like every other combo, it's gonna be what your preference is. Um, but KNC is asking you what interacts best with lace as a standalone. So I guess we're talking about a two gene combo.
So far that I've seen, Yellow Belly and Pastel have like very very good reactions.
So what do we got going on here? Camera. Okay.
This
Is that a Super Mojave?
this is a probably like a Blackhead Mochi Red Gene Mystic Potion.
Oh, you got a lot going on there.
I don't think the camera's gonna pick it up well enough. But this one's the one on my Instagram that I called bubble tape.
That's a very interesting eye strike. Very interesting eye strike. All right, Clinton, we're at the 1 hour mark. Why don't you hit us with like one or two more of your amazingness, and then let's leave them wanting more, and then we'll do this again one day.
All right, I'll show something off, but I can't tell you everything that's in it.
Is that because you don't know or you don't want to?
Eh, can't tell yet. I can't tell you yet.
All right. So we might be looking at some top secret stuff, but he's keeping it hush hush. So for those of you that are really good at genetics, let's see if we can figure it out, okay? But we're not to talk about it here. You guys can DM him on Instagram at Gene_Forge. He is the genetic blacksmith. Pied. All right,
So it's
guys.
definitely pie, but there's something else going on in there too, man.
All right,
For
guys.
sure.
Guys, are you with me on that? Look at the pattern. Look at the brightness. I got it first, Steve. I got it first. Yes, Mystic Potions are beautiful. We have a huge girl here that we will be pairing this year. All right, so I promise to keep it a secret, but you're gonna have to DM me what's going on in there because I do see a couple of things, but I'm thinking if you're saying what you're saying that it might not have it, but I saw something there that made it light. It had a nice pattern. Oh, okay, this is beautiful. Slater said to send it to him and that he'll let you know after he breeds it.
Oh, I'm working on that too, my dude. Super hard. Super hard.
So I'm a low white pie type of guy. What about you?
Honestly, I like both, but I like to bring out some pattern, just some brightness if I can.
Okay.
Some type of drama in it. And then the very last snake I'm going to show, it's actually from Sean. I'm going to show off something that he made.
I don't know if I don't know if you want to answer this question because she might stalk you. But are you in Suffolk?
I am in Suffolk.
All right, so make sure you get double bolts on the door and the shotgun ready because you showed a lot of beautiful stuff.
I don't know if you guys can see this well enough, but this is a black pastel scaleless head piebald
And that was produced at Lever Genetics.
by Mr. Sean himself.
Nice. Well, I'm still waiting. He brought it up again yesterday. We almost made it happen, but I'm still waiting to get something from him in my collection. So yeah, the blackhead is I love it. So wait, this has black pastel or blackhead?
This is black pastel scaleless head pied.
Yeah, because that pattern is all right. So I heard scaleless head and black pastel because that pattern is black pastel or cinnamon. Okay. So I agree with you, Morphed Ambitions. He definitely has some fire. And that is why he is doing this full time and has taken a dive. He is all in, guys. All in. And I think that's kind of like the only way you can do it if you're going to really, really do it serious. And
I
that's,
think so too.
you know, we talk about industry and we talk about community, but when it comes to hobby or business, if you're gonna do it as a business, you gotta go all in. All right, you definitely have to go all in. I myself, I love dark pies. I actually do eventually want to get me a no white. I do have high white, I do have mid, I do have low. I just got a couple of mahogany pies a few months ago, but I now want to get a no white just to say I got a no white.
A no white.
Yo, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful, yo, you're so beautiful. I wish you could show your colors. Such a beautiful, beautiful snake. You're such a beautiful snake. You're so beautiful. You lied. You brought out another one.
My bad, man. My bad.
I'm not mad, and I'm sure they're not either. What do you got there?
This is another one of those pies. It's got Orange Dream in it, but the other part we can't really talk about yet.
Oh, man. I think he has his own gene going on. I'm going to show you one pie. My mahoganies are a little bit out of reach right now. Yes, I am short, guys, and they're pretty high right now, okay?
Hey, don't make short jokes, man. I'm not very tall either.
It's no jokes here. I'm proud of myself. So we have Bruckner. And when I saw this little guy, I fell in love with him. It was something about his pattern on his tail. And I got him from Gomez Pythons. See that tail? I'm into tails, guys.
Oh, nice.
Everybody's into head stripes. I love tails. They don't get enough recognition. But tails, they have their own thing going on.
Is that one het for candy?
Why? Because I said Gomez?
Uh-huh.
100% correct.
There you go.
Yeah, I have a nice cinnamon het candy, het pie girl that she'll be ready soon.
I don't blame you. That'd be nice.
Yeah, she'll be ready for him soon. And then we'll see if we get those candy pies and those cinnamon candy pies going. So this guy right here is pied 100% het candy. And just like all my Gomez snakes, he is nasty. They all come they come with attitudes, and the attitude is free.
Right?
Yep, the attitude is 100% free. But his color is stunning. Again, it's hard to pick it up. He has an amazing pattern. Um, I'm one that believes that pets play a role in the actual physical appearance of animals. You see it quite often. Champagne hides have white. You know what I like? I actually like Steve. I like champagnes that are het pied. They seem to me to be like stunning. I mean, they look like pies.
You get that really cool ringer on it.
They get crazy ringers on them, and they just look amazing. So I'm really into that. So this guy right here will be ready soon. He is growing lovely. Okay, and again, it was his pattern, but mostly his tail that really intrigued me and everything going on. And no, I'm not a butt man, but when it comes to snakes, I don't think the tails get enough there. I agree. I definitely agree, John, that the head. I mean, we talk about markers, etc., especially with head pies and other heads that there are visual attributes. So again, it's just more that we need to learn about these stunning animals. Well, you know what? In that case, you can have her. Okay,
Dang.
you can have her. How about that one?
But yeah, I've lived in Suffolk for like maybe like 5 years now.
Go ahead, show them what you got.
This is just a mystery Gene Pied. This one's a
Oh, these are
female.
all the same mystery gene,
Nah, I'm not gonna name it Mystery Gene, but we're just gonna call it Mystery Gene for the moment.
but are they the same?
You still there, Brian? Did we lose
Yeah,
you?
give me 1 second. I just want to grab two more, and then we're gonna say goodnight. So one of the things. So my question to you about the mystery gene: are they the
Yeah.
same? Are they all the same mystery gene, or are these different genes you're not telling us about?
Oh, all the ones that I just said are from the same one.
Ah, all right, guys. Let's computate that. All right, they're all from the same one. Keep that in mind. He's giving us clues. He's dropping little clues for us. So let's get back. I'm just gonna end it with some spider since we started with spider. So guys, how can you tell me that this animal is not absolutely beautiful?
I think it's
Not
gorgeous.
stunning? How can you tell me that spider is not amazing?
And
And
it's got a paradox.
she got a paradox. I am such a sucker for a paradox. I am a sucker for a paradox. She's calico, spider, enchi. So Lindsay is fishing and wants to know if you have the mystery gene in a non-pied animal. She's trying to really get some good clues there.
I believe I do, actually. I do.
Will that give away the clue if you showed us?
Probably.
Um,
Probably. Well,
all right. And this is for you, Lindsay. In case since you well, actually no, this is for Steve who asked to see it. But this girl right here, another spider girl. Let me get her head out. Come on, girl. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Don't be so shy. Come on. Come on. Show them how beautiful you are. So I was posting some of these spider pictures during the week since we were going to talk about spiders. So if you guys seen the pictures I posted recently, they all have the spider gene in them. Okay? Every one of these amazing animals. She was going to be sold, and I just couldn't do it because she is stunning. Even though she doesn't want to be seen and she doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah, she's gorgeous, Bryan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, guys, Spider. Let's get Spider back where it belongs. At one point, Spider got everybody into ball pythons. Spider was the biggest thing, and then all of a sudden, we get all these genes, and somebody posts a stupid video of an extreme case of a deformity, and now nobody wants Spider. There's deformed ball pythons on almost any gene you can name. It shouldn't stigmatize the entire gene. Okay, guys? So let's make that happen. Let's get Spider back out there. We showed you so many different spiders today, and you can see how they all have different patterns and how amazing they are. Look at how beautiful she is. Okay, guys? This girl's staying with me. Who knows what I'll do with her? But I will enjoy looking at her until we figure it out. And this is same clutch, and look at the variance. Okay, and this girl has a little bit of a, when she was really bad when she was a baby. She still displays some wobble, but eats like a freaking champ, and it's kind of calmed down. So, well,
I've seen that happen, man. They calm down as they mature.
They calm down when they mature, and sometimes you only see it when they're about to feed. I mean, who doesn't get excited when they're about to eat something good, right?
Right?
I wobble when I'm about to eat something good, you know. So Clinton, anything, no candy in there. Morphed Ambitions, there's no candy at all. So, anything you want to share with the viewers before we sign off? I know you have the promo going until the first, guy. So jump on.
That's right.
Lynette, he's close to you, Lynette. So if you want to, get something without having to pay for that shipping charge, work something out with him. And he also said that he would work with you if you went to pick it up. I know Lynette is working on her collection with her daughter, who is a younger herper, who is working on. These guys are literally wrapping around my phone, making my phone do stuff. I'm like, what's going on here? So what else would you like us to keep an eye out for?
Oh, I mean, keep an eye out for the blackhead combo on the sugar spider. That should be pretty cool, and that's to a blackhead mochi red gene male, so that should be pretty awesome. And also to look for updates on that spinner clutch, because that's a spinner to a lace double het for caramel glow, and everything is just trying to make sure that we're improving genes, not making them worse.
And if you have any concerns about Spider, one of the combinations that most people will promote is a blackhead to a spider.
Okay? Absolutely.
So I think I'm excited to see what you do with that. Keep me posted. Again, I'm looking forward to some blackhead. If you can, get me a little super blackhead, you can really definitely ring my bell, and we'll work something out. I want to thank you, though, Clinton, for making this happen, guys. He made it seem as if he does this all the time. This was his first live. He did an amazing job.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me on, man.
No, thank you. And like I said, guys, probably the only man that I will concede to being hornier than I am. You'll get that title, man. But thank you for gifting me with your time. It's the greatest gift you could give anyone. Thank you for having the confidence in me and doing this for the first time. I look forward to watching more lives. And I definitely look forward to seeing more of the stuff that you're producing. And kudos, brother. Kudos to actually taking that leap of faith and doing this as a full-time job.
Thanks, man.
Much success and prosperity.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your time.
No problem. And the rest of you, thank you for joining us. We hope you guys enjoyed. Please spread the word. We cracked the 700 mark. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're giving away minimum 8 snakes. And matter of fact, Slater joined that, so we're looking at 9 snakes now because Slater's throwing in one of his first clutch babies. So let's get to 1,000, guys. We're only 300 people away. Let's make it happen. Everybody have a great night. Thank you for balling with Bryan.